11 p.m. on the hour. I'm Douglas Elliott with the headlines. Unruly passenger forced a Malaysia Airlines flight to divert back to Sydney. MAUI wildfires death toll rises to 96 people, and the Sarawak Sovereign Wealth Fund is slated to commence January 1st, 2024. All this and more only on TVS Nightline. Good evening. A Malaysia Airlines flight MH122 departing from Sydney to Kuala Lumpur was forced to turn back mid-flight due to a disruptive passenger on board. The airline, in a statement, stated that in the interest of safety, the commander of the flight made a decision to return to Sydney following a disruption caused by a passenger mid-flight. All 194 passengers and 5 crew on board landed safely at 3:47 p.m. local time, and the 45-year-old passenger has been arrested by the Australian Federal Police. MAS said all passengers will be transferred to the next available flight.
MH122 left Sydney International Airport at 1:40 p.m. local time and landed back on the runway 2 hours later. Videos posted on X by individuals claimed to be on board flight MH122 showed crew members trying to calm a man down after he began shouting at other passengers, and many commended the crew's action in handling the unruly passenger. The man is expected to be charged later tonight. Sydney Airport said that as a result of the incident, 32 domestic flights were cancelled, 60 inbound and 16 outbound, with delays of up to 90 minutes for other domestic flights. There were no international flights cancelled.
The death toll from the Maui wildfires in Hawaii reached 96 as relatives of the missing searched for their loved ones, while survivors grappled with the solace of disaster and sought solace at church services. The death toll made the blaze Hawaii's worst natural disaster to date, surpassing a tsunami that killed 61 people in 1960. It was also the largest number of deaths from a U.S. wildfire since 1918, when 453 people died in the Claquette fire in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
The death toll made the blaze Hawaii's worst natural disaster, surpassing a tsunami that killed 61 people in 1960, a year after Hawaii became a U.S. state. According to data from the National Fire Protection Association, it was also the largest number of deaths from a U.S. wildfire since 1918, when 453 people died in the Claquette fire in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Hundreds of people were still missing, though a precise count remained unclear. Clinging to hopes of finding missing survivors, people sifted through a crowdsourced online database listing thousands of names of individuals who had been found as well as those who remained unaccounted for. Hawaii Governor Josh Green again vowed to investigate the response to the blaze and the emergency notification systems after some residents questioned whether more could have been done to warn them. The cost to rebuild Lahaina was estimated at $5.5 billion, according to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, with more than 2,200 structures damaged or destroyed and more than 850 hectares burned.
Back home, the Sarawak Sovereign Wealth Future Fund is slated to commence operations on January 1st, 2024. Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg has revealed that the fund will launch with an initial allocation of 8 billion ringgit from the state. This development comes on the heels of the appointment of 9 board members, a group comprising of experts and professionals well-versed in finance, investment, legal matters and governance to serve on the fund's Board of Guardians.
The Premier said the fund will be managed strictly in accordance with investment policy and mandate of the fund, and its annual report of activities will be subjected to approval by the State Cabinet.
Sovereign Wealth Fund will start with an initial appropriation from the state of 8 billion ringgit and subsequently will receive scheduled annual appropriation. The fund is estimated to grow sustainably with no withdrawal. except for any potential critical event occurred or when the fund performed better than targeted. The fund will be managed strictly in accordance with investment policy and mandate of the fund. That is, to deliver long-term risk-balanced real growth in its invested assets. The account of the fund and its annual report of activities will be laid before the Sarawak State Assembly, and its annual budget will be approved by the State Cabinet.
He said this during a press conference held at Wisma Bapa Malaysia earlier today. Also present were Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Ambas, Sarawak Secretary Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki, Sarawak Financial Secretary Dato' Sri Dr. Wan Lizosman Wan Omar, and Sarawak Attorney General Dato' Sri Talat Mahmud Abdul Rashid.
Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg will present the Premier Sarawak Award for the Kenyalang Journalism Awards KJA 2023. Federation of Sarawak Journalists Association FSJA President Andy Jong Wan Jun said KJA 2023 offers a combined cash prize of 250,000 ringgit.
According to Andy, since 2015, the Sarawak government has been the event's main sponsor, along with gold sponsors Shell Berhad, Petroleum Nasional Berhad Petronas, and Sarawak Energy Berhad SEB, each contributing 50,000 ringgit.
Tujuan kita adalah untuk menjemput Premier Sarawak kita iaitu Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Petinggi Abang Johari untuk menyempurnakan Majlis Anugerah Kewartawanan Kenyalang 2023 yang dijadualkan akan berlangsung di Miri, iaitu di Pullman Hotel pada 24 hari bulan November, iaitu hari Jumaat pukul 7 malam. Bagaimanapun Premier Sarawak kita Abang Johari juga telah menyerahkan sumbangan Kerajaan Sarawak yang berjumlah RM100,000 kepada FSJA untuk menjayakan program tahunan kita pada tahun ini, iaitu Anugerah Kewartawanan Kenyalang 2023. Begitu juga dengan 3 penaja emas kita, iaitu Shell, Petronas dan Sarawak Energy. Mereka juga masing-masing akan menyumbangkan RM50,000.
He said this to the reporters after paying a courtesy visit to the Premier's office at Wisma Bapa Malaysia earlier today. Andy noted that participation for KJA 2022 was opened on July 16th for publications up to August 31st.
Penyataan Anugerah Kewartawanan Kenyalang telah dibuka pada 16 Julai last month, sudah telah dibuka, dan tarikh tutup penyataan itu ialah pada 8 hari bulan September. So setiap peserta boleh menghantar 4 penyataan untuk dinantikan.
This year's award will retain the 11 categories to be contested, which include Community Journalism Wellbeing Award, Sustainability Report Award, Business and Economy Report Award, Journalism Award Feature and News Writing, News Report Award, Sport News Award, Digital Economy Award, Broadcast Journalism Award, Photo Journalism Award, and Photo Essay Award, as well as the Sarawak Premier Award.
Now, Sarawak embodies a blend of culture, traditional customs, artisanal crafts, and natural landscapes, forming a captivating allure for potential visitors from beyond its borders. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, stressed the need for local tourism businesses to employ greater creativity in showcasing the state's distinctiveness to a global audience.
Dan inilah yang diperlukan oleh pelancong-pelancong asing. Bagi kita biasa saja, tapi para pelancong ianya adalah sesuatu yang baru. Apatah lagi kita selitkan dengan budaya, muzik kita, jenis makanan kita berlainan daripada yang lain.
Awang Tengah also conveyed that the tourism sector in Sarawak has the potential to generate significant revenue, ensuring ongoing growth and prosperity for the state.
Untuk membangunkan negeri, salah satu sektor yang boleh kita bangunkan ialah sektor pelancongan. Kerana kita mempunyai kekayaan dari segi alam semula jadi kita, dari segi budaya, adat resam kita, makanan-makanan pun macam-macam, hasil kerap tangan kita pun macam-macam yang tidak ada di negara-negara lain. Saya ucapkan terima kasih banyak kepada Kementerian Pelancongan, Kesenian dan Persembahan Seni Performing Art Sarawak yang bekerjasama dan memberi sumbangan yang begitu besar. Ini adalah sempena dengan kita merayakan perayaan 60 tahun Sarawak Merdeka.
He said this while officiating the launch of the Lawas Asian Floating Market at the Lawas Waterfront Plaza on Sunday.
As of March this year, an impressive 98.85% of children in Sarawak have successfully enrolled in early education programs prior to starting primary school. This noteworthy statistics was proudly announced by Minister of Women, Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development Sarawak, Dato' Sri Fatimah Abdullah.
Dari segi bilangan mereka yang telah ataupun peratus mereka yang telah mengikuti pendidikan awal kanak-kanak adalah 98.85%. Now we are also very glad that we have been able also to provide access kepada pendidikan awal kanak-kanak di 5 taska penan which is fully operational now. Bangunannya melalui CSR dengan Petronas, dan tempat ini adalah tempat yang sukar untuk diakses, dan Alhamdulillah bersama dengan pihak Petronas yang telah memberi peruntukan untuk membina bangunan, dan kita beri latihan kepada guru-gurunya, dan insyaAllah guru yang terdiri pada orang tempatan di sini mereka akan mendapat diploma pendidikan awal kanak-kanak pada tahun 2025.
Fatimah further added that their efforts have been aimed at facilitating access to early childhood education for the children of Sarawak. She told this to reporters during a press conference after a courtesy call from the National Association of Early Childhood Care and Education Malaysia at her office on Monday.
Right, we'll be taking a short break. Coming up right after. Man gets 702 years in jail and over 200 lashes for raping his own daughters. And landslides in India kills at least 49 people. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The MAUI Sessions Court has handed down a prison sentence of 702 years and 234 strokes of the cane to a man who dared to commit the heinous acts of raping and sexually abusing his two biological daughters, leading one of them to become pregnant. Judge Abu Bakar Manat made this decision after the 53-year-old accused pleaded guilty to 19 counts of rape and 11 counts of abuse against both victims when they were 9 and 10 years old.
However, the 53-year-old cleaner will only remain incarcerated for 42 years as the court ruled that the sentences for all offences should run concurrently from the date of his arrest on July 10 last year. The accused was charged with committing these vile acts at two residences in Bakri and along Jaram Tepi Road, Muar, since 2018, with the most recent incident occurring on July 9 last year. For the rape charges, he was charged under Section 376 in Bracket 3 of the Penal Code, which carries a maximum prison sentence of 30 years and 10 strokes of the cane. For the charges of sexual abuse, he was charged under Section 14 in Bracket A, read together with Section 16 in Bracket 1 of the Child Sexual Offences Act 2017, which carries a maximum prison sentence of 20 years and caning. Earlier, Deputy Public Prosecutor Daniel Munir appealed for a severe sentence, stating that accused crimes were serious and have left his two children traumatized for life due to the abuse they endured from a young age. The accused, who was not represented by a lawyer, appealed for leniency, citing his remorse and regret for his action. The court sentenced him to 30 years in prison and 10 strokes of the cane for each count of rape. For the charges of sexual abuse, the court sentenced him to 12 years in prison and 4 strokes of the cane for each count.
Meanwhile, in Cebu, two local men aged 29 and 30 years old, seeking to profit from their stolen gains, were thwarted as they were apprehended by the police on Durin Road, approximately 40 kilometers from Cebu. They had broken into a Swiftlet Nest house. Cebu District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner ACP Zulkifli Suhaili stated that the actions of the two men came to light when a police patrol team conducting a routine operation in the vicinity noticed their activities around 2:30 a.m. last Friday.
Upon examination, the police discovered that one of the suspects' accomplices was hiding within the Swiftlet Nest house and several burglary tools were found, believed to belong to both suspects.
Selain itu, polis bertindak menangkap kedua-dua suspek dan merampas sebuah kereta jenis Honda Civic serta peralatan pecah rumah seperti 2 bilah parang, sarang burung walid anggaran 130 gram, 1 unit gunting, sebatang tombak, 2 unit lampu suluh dan 1 topeng muka.
Further investigation by the police found that a hole had been made in the wall of the Swiftlet Nest house, presumably to serve as an entry and exit point for both suspects. Additionally, checks revealed that both suspects had prior criminal records related to theft. They have been remanded for 6 days until August 17 to assist in the investigation under Section 457 of the Penal Code. Conviction for this offence can lead to imprisonment ranging from 5 to 14 years or a fine and caning. In the meantime, Zulkifli urged premises owners and the public with relevant information about the Swiftlet Nest house burglary incident to report to the nearby police station.
Sarawak Dayak Graduates Association SDGA has inked a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the College of International Education of Nanjing Agriculture University in China. This collaboration aims to fully harness Sarawak's agricultural potential. Deputy Minister of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, Dato' Gerald Rintap Jabu, emphasized the significance of the MOU in fostering networking and promoting the commercial viability of local agriculture.
Gerald also added that the collaboration will explore the full potential of Sarawak's agriculture systems through knowledge sharing and at the same time bring a positive impact towards the state's aspirations of food security to be developed state by 2030.
We are blessed. Sarawak is a very big state with plenty of land and resources, rivers, and a population of less than 3 million. So Number one, we need the food security, which we still rely on a lot of importation of goods and also agricultural food products from outside. That is when we realized that we need to go and improve our food security. But looking into food security, if you only have land, you don't have the technology, you are crawling instead of leaping forward.
Meanwhile, Dr. Jawing Chungat, the president of SDGA, highlighted the state government's commitment to achieving food security and promoting sustainability.
The food security agenda is forefront in the present state's vision. We are trying our very best to make sure that in the future, the Sarawak region is able to be self-sustainable in terms of providing food for the people.
Meanwhile, Dr. Jawing Chungat, the president of SDGA, highlighted the state government's commitment to achieving food security and promoting sustainability. Meanwhile, Dr. Jawing hopes that the MOU will be a platform to explore more opportunities in agricultural sector in Sarawak.
Cartoon exhibitions and animations in Malaysia play a crucial role in fostering unity among the community, as emphasized by National Unity Minister Dato Aaron Ago Dagang. He underlines that these artistic mediums effectively communicate the importance of social cohesion and serve as a platform for promoting a sense of togetherness.
This is our warisan. Kita melihat dari awal tadi, those are the paramotor in pictures, proses kita menubuhkan negara ini, ianya ada untuk semua perpaduan, untuk satu negara dengan involvement semua ini dia menjurus kepada perpaduan. Ya, dan kita melihat artis-artis ini dan juga pelanggan-pelanggan ataupun orang yang datang di sini untuk melawat dan melihat sejarah kita. Itulah asas perpaduan. Dan kemudian pun melihat hari ini saya pun telah melancarkan eksplorasi rukun negara. Kita melihat di sini pun kita banyak kartu-kartu dibuat sempena penubuhan Malaysia, masa penubuhan masa mereka mengadakan untuk menyihamkan rukun negara, semua ada di sini.
He said this after launching the Seiring Sejalan cartoon exhibition on Monday. He also added that heritage showcased through visual art should help spread information and positive messages to the community in an effort to build a national identity and unity. Team We Are Greater Together, the Seiring Sejalan cartoon exhibition is jointly organised by the National Archives of Malaysia (ANM), Fahrenheit 88 and Rumah Kartun dan Komik Malaysia in conjunction with this year's National Day and Malaysia Day celebration.
You're watching TVS Nightline. At least 49 people were killed, 9 of them in a temple collapse, and dozens more are feared missing after intense rains caused floods and landslides in India. In the worst affected state of Himachal Pradesh, more than 41 people were killed in the past 24 hours, up from an earlier toll of 24. At least 8 others have been killed since Friday in the neighboring Uttarakhand state. The landslide struck early Monday in the state capital of Shimla, had hit a pilgrimage site where devotees had gathered. Thousands of people have been stranded, with key roads, power lines and communication networks disrupted. India President Draupadi Murmu said she was hurt with the loss of lives in accidents because of the heavy rains and offered her condolences to the families of the victim. Unusually heavy rain and melting glaciers have brought deadly flash floods to the mountains of India over the past year or two, with government officials increasingly blaming climate change. Meanwhile, in China, a tornado and hailstorm killed at least 2 people and injured 15 others in Jiangsu province, Chinese state media reported on Sunday. Footage from state broadcaster CCTV showed a tornado plowing through farmland, leaving the roofs of houses damaged. The storm struck in the afternoon near Yangcheng City, a few hours' drive north of China's financial capital of Shanghai. Extreme weather has grown more frequent in recent years in China, following a volatile summer that has brought record-breaking rain and extreme flooding in China. Niger's military regime vowed on Sunday to prosecute the ousted president, Mohamed Bazoum, for high treason and slammed West African leaders for imposing sanctions on the country. The Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS, imposed sanctions on Niger in response to the coup and has not ruled out using force against the army officers who toppled the democratically elected Bazoum on July 26.
The West African bloc has approved the deployment of a standby force to restore constitutional order in Niger as soon as possible, but remains committed to finding a diplomatic solution to the crisis. According to a statement read out by Colonel Major Amadou Abdrahmane on national television, Niger's military leaders said they would prosecute Bazoum for high treason and undermining the internal and external security of Niger.
En tout état de cause, le gouvernement nigérien a réuni à ce jour les éléments nécessaires de preuve pour poursuivre devant les instances nationales et internationales compétentes le président déchu et ses complices locaux et étrangers pour haute trahison et atteinte à la sûreté intérieure et extérieure du Niger suite à ses échanges avec les nationaux, des chefs d'État étrangers et des responsables d'organisations internationales.
63-year-old Bazoum and his family have been held at the president's official Niamey residence since the coup, with international concern mounting over his conditions in detention. A member of his entourage said he saw his doctor on Saturday. They also said sanctions imposed on Niger had made it difficult for people to access medicines, food and electricity, and were illegal, inhumane, and humiliating.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates, both locally and internationally. For more headlines, just head on to our website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's TVS Nightline for the hour. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.